I handed him the gun out the backseat of the car.
A nigga said, we saw the snitch video. So everybody saw it. It's been on the news before. Just cause you saw it, you still broke. It don't change nothing. You still broke. I'm still rich. I'm still getting booked. It don't change nothing.
Y'all, buckle up because this story is absolutely insane. We're about to dive into some serious drama that's got the entire internet shook right now. So check this. 50 Cent just went nuclear and Charleston White is at the center of it all. An old video just surfaced online and it's causing absolute chaos. We're talking about footage that shows a young Charleston White literally snitching in court, throwing his own boys under the bus like it was nothing. The streets are going wild over this clip. Fans are flooding the comments like, nah, this can't be real. And Charleston really did that? But here's the crazy part. Charleston isn't even trying to hide from it. This whole mess started back when Charleston was just 16 years old. Picture this, young Charleston sitting in that courtroom, pointing fingers and dropping names without a care in the world. The clip shows him straight up telling the judge everything, and I mean everything. But wait, it gets worse, way worse. Charleston didn't just snitch on one person. He testified against 3 of his own friends. These were his boys, his crew, people he ran the streets with. And his testimony? It helped lock them all up. Now here's where this story takes a dark turn. We're not talking about some petty crime here. Charleston was involved in something that ended a man's life. Michael Levy, that's the victim's name, had just gotten married 4 days before this tragedy happened. 4 days. His wife thought they had a whole lifetime together, but instead she was burying her husband before their honeymoon even ended. The internet is absolutely losing it over how cold Charleston was about the whole situation. According to the court records, after the chaos went down, Charleston allegedly laughed about it, saying, look, he shot, like it was some kind of joke. That level of coldness had people shook to their core. But here's what's really got everyone talking. Charleston handed over the weapon that night. Yeah, you heard that right. While his boy Antoine pulled the trigger, Charleston was the one who made it possible. Then turned around and told the court everything, basically sealing his friend's fate. The craziest part, Charleston got 12 years, but somehow came out lucky. His record got sealed when he turned 21, so it was like hitting the reset button. Meanwhile, his boys were still locked up, doing hard time with no way out. Social media went absolutely berserk when this footage dropped. The memes started flying, the call-outs were ruthless, and everybody had something to say. People were quick to slap that snitch label on him, and they weren't holding back one bit. But Charleston, he was out here laughing about it all. Zero shame, zero apology, just pure jokes. He jumped online cracking up and brushing it off like it was entertainment. Dude even said he might turn the whole thing into stand-up material. The audacity is unreal. And then Charleston doubled down hard. He went on record saying, I ain't friends with nobody, and made it crystal clear he meant what he did and would do it again without hesitation. No cap. But here's where Charleston's mindset gets wild. He's been telling people for years that he doesn't live by that no snitching street code. He's not catching charges to protect anyone's reputation. That whole loyalty over logic thing? Nah, he's not buying into that at all. Charleston flipped the script completely. He went from saying, we all criminals and crooks, to declaring, I'm a citizen now. I'm a police officer. And he wasn't joking. He said he votes, helps with elections, and even bragged about being the last one dropping off ballots on election day. The man literally said with his chest, you damn right I'm a police officer. I'm grown. I'm 40. I can't be sitting in jail at 50 for nothing. And trust me, he meant every single word of that. But wait, it gets even more controversial. Rumors started flying that Charleston might have had something to do with getting Brick Baby picked up by the feds. Instead of denying it like most people would, Charleston jumped online and bragged about it. Apparently, Brick Baby made the mistake of filming a video in Houston flashing money and talking reckless, even mentioning putting a hit on Charleston. But Charleston wasn't about to play tough guy games. He hit up the feds immediately and let them know what time it was. Claimed he's even got law enforcement on speed dial. Last year, word got out that Charleston might have called the cops on Boosie badass too. Fans said Boosie allegedly threatened the Memphis promoter who had booked Charleston, and Charleston wasn't that net slide either. He never fully confirmed it, but the internet was quick to slap that rat label on him again. Charleston's response to all this? He's been saying it loud and clear for years. He ain't out here to protect no street code. He's out here to protect himself, period. But the internet isn't letting him slide, not even close. While Charleston swears up and down he's not a rat, folks online are calling major cap on that. The receipts are coming in heavy, and people are dragging him as a walking contradiction. According to Charleston, the difference comes down to motive. He says, "I don't do this for money, not for revenge, not for clout." That's why in his mind, he's not a rat, just a man on a mission. And believe it or not, he's actually been putting in work behind that mission. After he got out, he hit the streets with purpose, speaking to at-risk youth, showing up at schools, juvie centers, community events, telling his story raw and hoping to steer kids away from that same dark path. He even launched a program called Hype, mentoring kids caught between gang life and the system. Some of these kids don't have anyone else showing up for them, but Charleston did. Here's where it gets really wild. Charleston's talked about launching an actual snitching program to help kids get out of dangerous situations before it's too late. That idea alone has stirred up major controversy because while some see it as saving lives, others can't get past the tactics. The beef with Gilly the Kid took things to a whole different level. Gilly went off on social media posting, "Can't beef with no dude that's been ratting since the 90s. He a throwback rat." This wasn't just some random shot. This beef runs deep. But Charleston's response? He crossed every line imaginable. He clapped back with posts about Gilly's deceased son saying stuff like, "May his son rest in peace and the killer be forgiven by God." That wasn't just disrespectful, it was straight up evil. Charleston took it even further with a video mocking the death of Gilly's son with zero remorse. He said, "You got a dead son and you talking about snitching?" Then mimicked the tragedy, even imitating the shooting. The internet couldn't believe he went that far. Enter 50 Cent. If there's one thing we know about 50, he's got zero tolerance for anything that smells like snitching. He's been crystal clear about that for years. Just look at how he's been dragging Big Meech lately. When 50 started trending over the Meech drama, guess who slid into the spotlight? Charleston White, of course. But instead of riding with 50, Charleston flipped the script again, saying the whole beef makes no sense and calling 50 a bully. Here's the shocker. 50 didn't fire back with his usual diss response. Instead, he played it cool, just posted a promo for his new show and seemed to agree with Charleston's take. For once, no back and forth drama. Charleston took that as a green light to keep running wild. He started bragging online that even 50 respects him now, acting like the whole rat talk had been put to rest. But the internet wasn't having it. Comment sections lit up with fans saying 50 didn't co-sign anything. He just ignored the nonsense.
Charleston kept pushing, name-dropping more rappers and saying most of the industry is fake, woke, and scared to tell the truth. He took shots at T.I. and Boosie again, saying they built their brands on street codes they don't even follow anymore. Then he teased something new, a No Snitch Shame tour, a whole speaking tour where he plans to hit cities across the U.S., teaching people why loyalty gets you nowhere and why snitching is survival. That idea sparked instant backlash from street culture. Charleston's response to the hate? He said it just means he's getting closer to his goal of flipping the whole game on its head. But his empire, built on controversy, is starting to burn bridges left and right. After teasing that tour, a wave of artists came out swinging. Rap circles, podcast hosts, and former fans started turning their backs. Some said Charleston's whole brand is just disrespect disguised as activism. Charleston's standing tall, like he's untouchable, though. He went live saying, "Ain't nobody going to touch me. I got protection the streets wish they had." He made it clear he's not scared of rappers, street dudes, or online threats. And here's the wildest part. He's hinting at running for office. Yeah, Charleston White for city council. He said he's tired of talking and wants real power to shake up the system legally. That sent the internet into another spiral. Some laughed it off as a PR stunt. Others said, if Trump could do it, why not Charleston? One thing's for sure, nobody's ignoring him anymore. Charleston's been spotted taking meetings with local officials, dropping hints about launching programs tied to criminal reform and anti-gang initiatives. Sounds noble, right? But this is the same man who mocked a grieving father and went viral for snitching with a smile. People are split. Some say Charleston's playing 4D chess, using shock value to crack open important conversations. Others say he's just masking chaos with clout chasing. Charleston claiming he'll outlast every rapper, influencer, and fake activist out there. He said, "I'm the only one telling the truth. They just mad it ain't coming from someone they respect." For now, Charleston dodged the bullet with 50 Cent being too busy to clap back. But let's be real.
Charleston's name is still in everybody's mouth. He's doing what he does best, stirring the pot, ruffling feathers, and keeping his title as the king of online chaos. The internet is watching his every move, not cutting him any slack, no matter how loud he claims he's trying to change the game. Just because Charleston talks about uplifting the community doesn't mean he's toning it down, not one bit. He's still wild, still reckless, still unapologetic. So here's the real question everyone's asking. Is Charleston White truly trying to shift the culture and save the youth? Or is this all just smoke and mirrors? Another masterclass in calculated clout chasing? The jury's still out, but one thing's certain. Charleston White knows how to keep people talking. And in today's internet culture, that might just be enough to keep his controversial empire alive.